Hello, dear listener. Since there is such a buzz about this new horror film, Veronica, I figured it would be a great opportunity for another edition of Netflix and Thrill. Will this hot new foreign horror film live up to the hype? Let's find out in this Netflix and Thrill film review for Veronica. And if you're thinking, no way I have enough time to sit through this whole video, you can watch a 30-second video review in my human form on the Stardust app. Link in the bio. With that said, let's begin.
Lo que habéis hecho aquí es muy peligroso.
Being a fan of horror, and all the movies that go along with it, means you've more than likely seen at least one possession-themed film. And that's what we have here with Veronica. The general setup is nothing new. Three teens decide to take advantage of the solar eclipse as a prime opportunity to bust out the Ouija board and contact the spirits of their loved ones. Something goes wrong, demons manifest, and chaos ensues. This film, directed by Paco Plaza, who also directed the Wreck trilogy, deviates from the norm in a few ways. First of all, it takes place in the early 90s, 1991 to be exact, which is a time period that is rarely explored in many horror films to my knowledge. It also takes place in Spain, with the whole movie being in Spanish. If you're against subtitles in your movies, this won't be the one for you. And lastly, the main character, Veronica, is not the only one in danger, and is tasked of being the protector for her three young siblings. Those young siblings are what stole the show for me. Veronica lives in a small apartment with her single mother, two young sisters, and even younger brother. If I had to guess, I'd say the two sisters are around 10 years old, while the brother is only about 5 years old. The acting ability of these children is extraordinary, and you really end up liking them. That just makes the danger that surrounds them as the movie progresses that much more nerve-wracking. To touch on another point, and I obviously can't speak for everyone, but there is something about a foreign horror film that always adds to my sense of dread. Being in a scary situation already brings its own sense of uncertainty and confusion, so when you take that situation and embed it within an unfamiliar setting and culture, the terror tends to be amplified. This movie succeeds in capturing that sense of amplified fear. The problem with that is, if you took the same film and had it take place in a familiar setting, with a familiar language, it would end up being rather generic. To be fair, there are some unique things done with the visuals, but overall, it felt like a mashup of Paranormal Activity and Insidious. There was actually one scene that, while still effective, reminded me exactly of another scene from the first Insidious film. If you remember the scene with the weird, rapey guy pacing around the bedroom window, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's also the based on true events factor that usually has me rolling my eyes, but in this case was extra chilling, especially at the end, when they presented actual photos from the investigators who were called to the crime scene in real life. Overall, the film did have me at the edge of my seat more than once, and I found myself emotionally invested in the family's well-being, particularly the well-being of the three younger siblings who were forced into this terrifying situation through no actions of their own. I'd say this movie earned a solid 4 out of 5 stars. If I would have paid to watch this in theaters, I wouldn't have been disappointed in the least, considering that it's on Netflix and can be enjoyed in the comfort of your own home. There's no reason to miss it if you're a fan of horror films, and especially if you're a believer in the paranormal. Guys, we had some fun today, but let's address a very serious issue. Quit messing around with Ouija boards. They are not toys. They are dangerous. If you still choose to use one in this day and age, you will get whatever's coming to you. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. If you watched Veronica, let me know what you thought of the film down below. And last but not least, remember to connect with me on the Stardust app so we can share our opinions on everything creepy in 30 seconds or less. Link in the description below. Until next time, stay safe out there. I'll be seeing you in the next video.